Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Upper St. Clair High School, home of the Panthers for boys volleyball night. It's Friday, April 20th, and the homestanding Panthers host the Foxes from Fox Chapel High School. This is a cross-sectional match. The Foxes are not in our section. They come in here with a 2-3 section record in Section 2 in AAA, a 3-3 overall record, and while the Panthers enter this match with a sterling 4-1 section record, 4-2 overall. My name is Kevin McGahey. My cameraman tonight is Trevor McGahey, as he has been for the past couple of matches. And there's going to be a lot of red shirts tonight. We'll see if we can't sort this all out for you and come up with the starting lineups in just a minute. I suspect it's going to be the same we've seen for the Panthers all season long, with one possible exception. Pat Ty, the sophomore hitter, number 18, is out with an ankle injury tonight. We see the starting lineup. Number 5, Mike Popek gets the start tonight. Number 22, the senior Jason Faltz. Number 3, as usual, Dave Andreghi is in the lineup. Number 24, T.J. Highland, the senior. Number 11 tonight is Clay Muka. We haven't seen much of Clay this season. He's probably taken the replacement of the Pat Ty position. And who have I left out? Oh, of course, number 12, senior Tom Petrini. Now, for the Fox Chapel Foxes, they come in here with a pretty average record, but this is a tall team. The tallest they get is 6'5". You'll see number 17, Eric Garrison, as their 6'5" player. They've got they've got two 6'5ers. Number 9, Weston Lee. We'll see him, I'm sure, at some point tonight. So they've got some height on this team. They will have the opening serve, and the Panthers will be receiving first. You saw the early substitution. Number 15 in the black shirt, the libero, is Zach Weber on for the Panthers. Opening serve is a jump serve by the Foxes. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Those are tough serves. And that's number 14, Juan Manfredi, who takes care of that serve. And off of the Fox Chapel block, the Upper St. Clair Panthers draw first blood. Who got that? T.J. Highland with that first successful kill of the night. Dave Andreghi with that serve. And that one turns out to be an ace on the opening serve of the night for the Panthers. Dave Andreghi with that one. It didn't, it's one of those that came off a player, did not come back. That's an ace in my book. And the Panthers with an early 2-0 lead. Short set into the block, and that was Clay Muka with that successful block for a point. And it's a really great start for the Panthers here. As you know, if you've been watching these Channel 7 telecasts, this is a best-of-5 match. Games go to 25, and you have to win by 2. Another one into the block. That was probably Clay Muka again, with 2 successful blocks on the night already, and the Panthers off to a terrific 4-0 lead. Dave Andreghi continues with the serve. Dug out of there by the Foxes to the left side, just eased over the net. Clay Muka again in on the play. The right side now, just dumped over the front line. Number 7 for the Foxes, that's Seth Kadich. He's a 5'10" senior, and he will go right to the serving chores. Here, you'll see as this match progresses, it's not always how hard you hit him, it's where you hit him, and that one just oozed over. Another jump server, 2 jump servers in a row. They play him off the net in this league, not in the old style like you and I were growing up. From the back row, that back row attack Seth Kadich again. He's in on every play so far this time. Another back row attack from Kadich. Dave Andreghi with the set, left side, and we got way over. That was Mike Popek, the senior. It's called a tip. It's off a Fox Chapel finger. That one probably would not have landed in bounds either way, but it did get off a Fox Chapel tip finger out of bounds. And that belongs to the Panthers. Mike Popek with a successful kill. T.J. Highland with the serve now for the Panthers in an early 5-1 lead. Game number 1. Not much St. Clair could do about that. Number 6, Kyle Richless, the senior, with that kill. Find an open spot near the back line. Side out and point to the Foxes, trailing by 3 early game number 1. It's a 5-2 Panther lead. Number 24, that's Grant Mitchell, a junior, with a serve. Just dumped over by Mike Popek. Kept in play by the Foxes. Back set left side. Zach Weber comes up with that. Dave Andreghi rescues that, and Zach again gets it over. Keeping the ball in play. That overpass went right to the Panthers. Didn't find its way to the floor. Kadich again. Dave Andreghi now with that set. Mike Popek into the block. Right back to Mike Popek, and down. Oozed it right over the net. into that donut hole right in the middle where nobody was standing. That's what you're looking for. You want to hit it where they ain't. The substitution for the Panthers, number 12, Tom Petrini on the floor, and Clay Muka takes a rest on the bench. Zach Weber, the junior, number 15, with the serve. Overpass right to the net and put right back down by senior Jason False. You want that first pass to come to the front row, but not where the opposition can reach it, and that's exactly what happened that time for the Panthers. Weber again with a serve, that overpass. That was a nice one, not nicely done that time. What would have been an overpass was set up nicely and put right back down by Eric Garrison, the 6'5" senior. Side out end point to the Foxes, trailing early in game number 1, 7-3. Number 18 substitutes in for the Foxes. That is Kevin Hutchings, a junior. Dave Andrade with that set. Tom Petrini off the tip. Somebody was in the net. Yeah, one of the Foxes was in the net. Not terribly foxy that time, and the violation sends the side out end point back to the Panthers. 5-point lead for St. Clair, 8-3. Mike Popek, the senior, with a serve. To the left side into the Jason False block. Jason False doing some damage to the Fox Chapel side of the polyurethane, and the Panthers have a 6-point lead here in game number 1. Popek with a serve. It goes backwards. You kind of like to see that when the opposition does it, but that time in or out, lands in. Not much power on it from Seth Kadich, but it did find just inside the line, left side on the Panthers defense. Side on end point to Fox Chapel. Justin Ross, junior, 5'10" junior, with a serve now for the Foxes. Short set to Tom Petrini. Didn't find his way to the floor, though. Back set. Right side into the Tom Petrini block, and Tom Petrini, the defense, is carrying the day here right now for the Panthers, having come up with at least half of the available points, and it's a 10-4 Panther lead in game number 1. Seems to be some confusion on the court. Looks like everybody's set, and the senior Jason False is set with a left-handed serve for the Panthers. Yeah, not much on it that time. That set came from a long way across the floor. TJ Highland into the Fox Chapel block. Fox Chapel into the net again. Aggressive on the defense and the blocking, but they get a little bit too close to the net. Every time you touch that net, it is a violation. And the Panthers have the largest lead of the match so far at 7, 11-4, and it looks like somebody's lost a contact lens. This ought to be interesting. Somebody basically needs a flashlight to look. Could they possibly have found it? Sure enough, look at that. Like finding a needle in a haystack, but the contact lens seems to be rescued. It belongs to the 6'5" senior Eric Garrison. He'll get some more to put that thing back in. Are we substituting, or will we wait for him? Let's see. Well, meanwhile, the Panthers are off to a very good start here. 3 great kills on the night already. And a timeout is called to see if they can't get the players set, the contacts back in, and get things settled down here a little bit. So far, 3 successful kills for the Panthers. TJ Highland with 1, Jason False with 1, and Mike Popek with 1. But it's been the blocking so far that has resulted in 4 big points for the Panthers. 2 blocks for points out of Clay Muka, number 11, the sophomore. 1 from Tom Petrini, the tall senior, excuse me, number 12, and 1 from Jason False. Well, these two teams know each other very well. They've 3 Panthers and 4 Foxes play together on the same team for Pittsburgh United, the club team, coached by the Coach O'Keefe of the Fox Chapel Foxes. So this is the kind of thing where some of this opposition might have already scouted the other team and know pretty much what everybody's going to do. That's great about what the club bringing people from opposite teams all over the district together to play in the tournaments in the off season. That's what Pittsburgh United does. And what's up with the Foxes? We still don't have a substitution for Eric Garrison. I'm not too familiar with what the rule exactly should be, whether the referees are going to give him time to get to the restroom and back to get that contact lens in, or whether they're going to force some kind of a substitution, or do they play one short? I doubt they play one short. But there goes the umpire off to try to see what's going on with number 17, Eric Garrison. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back to join the action. We are back. The Foxes are at full strength. Eric Garrison's back with 2 contacts on 2 good eyes, and the Panthers start back up with a 7-point lead at 11-4. Jason False with the serve. The short set, and Jason never had much of a shot at that. A very nice kill by the Foxes. Gives them a point and the side out. And that'll be Eric Garrison with the eye troubles a minute ago. It's handling the serves right now for the Foxes. One more jump serve. It looks like the entire team can do this. Those jump serves are very tough. They dive over the net. T.J. Highland right there with another great kill tonight. Those jump serves, you get up way high off the floor with those things, and they come up with a heavy topspin, dive over the net, and they're very, very tough to handle. The Panthers so far in pretty good shape handling their jump serves. 12-5, 7-point Panther lead. Tom Petrini with a jump serve of his own. Comes up about a foot short on that 8-foot net. That one ended up about 7'6". That sends the side out back to the Foxes. Substitutions on the floor. I get caught up with them in just a minute. But this will be number 14, the junior, Juan Manfredi, doing the jump serving for the Foxes. And that one goes long. And that's the one downfall of a jump serve is when you're up in the air like that. They're a little tougher to control than a typical floor serve. But when they do land in, they can be devastating if a team's not prepared to retrieve them. Back set right side, and Dave Andreghi digs that one out. Handles it, and sure enough, tapped right back in. Can it be rescued by the Foxes? Yes, they do keep the ball in bounds. Jason Falls right to the front line, Dave Andreghi. Let's T.J. Highland off a block and brought up by the Foxes, and there again, it's sort of edged off the wrist of junior Quinn Donahoe, number 27. He didn't get much power on it, but he found a spot where nobody was standing. And that's a 13-7 Panther lead. The Foxes back within 6. And Seth Kadich with a jump serve. Lands wide again. Here again, this lack of control. The jump serves can be great when they land in. But they do have a tendency to fly around the gym, and so did that one. Now, who's up with the serve? This T.J. Highland, the senior with the serve. To the left side, a slicing attack by Justin Mraz, the 5'10 junior, gets the Foxes point right now after the initial flurry by the St. Clair Panthers. It's been trading points right now, and that 6-point lead has been maintained by the Panthers. Number 24, Grant Mitchell, the junior libero, with the serve. Zach Weber to Dave Andreghi, right side, and just dumped over by Mike Popek. We'll take it. It's a kill. It's not a lot of power or speed, but it works just fine. Substitution on the floor. Clay Muka goes back out. Tom Petrini comes in. I expect we'll see a lot of that as the game progresses. Short set, and way up high is Eric Garrison. Looks like he's got those ice problems sorted out. The contacts are working just fine, but the Panthers still maintain that 6-point lead as the teams are trading points right now. Kevin Hutchings Jr. with the serve. Dave Andreghi back set to Mike Popek, and just over the net, into the net that time. Mike Popek had a little bit too much momentum headed toward the net on that little maneuver and touched the net. Violation sends the ball back to the Foxes. Point Fox Chapel. Dave Andreghi with that set. Jason False into this block. T.J. Highland from the back row with power. My goodness, but the Foxes rescued that one. Grant Mitchell digging that one from nowhere. Short set to Tom Petrini. Can it be dug out? No. Good effort by Zach Weber and Dave Andreghi, but not able to be dug out. And that's a little 3-point run now for the Foxes. Hutchings continues with the serve. Mike Popek, little awkward stance. That set wasn't quite where he liked it. Into the block, Tom Petrini with the block, and down for a point. Tom's second block for a point of the night. And Panthers can keep up with that lead. It's 16-11 now. We're still in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match. Mike Popek with the serve. Classic bump set attack. There it is again. Eric Garrison having a pretty good game. When you're that tall and can jump that high with a set that good, it's very tough to defend. Fox is back within 4. 16-12 St. Clair lead. Well, a double hit call. Dave Andreggi had a pretty good wing at that one. The pass to him came in a little bit low. He got under it as best he could, but the double hit was called, and it's point for the Foxes, and they're back within 3. Jason Folsom a little bit behind where he'd like to be, not quite at the net for that attack. Short set to Tom Petrini. Timing was a little bit off. Could have been a little better set. Tom didn't have a good eye at that one. Came up not quite where he was standing, and suddenly the Foxes are back within 1. They've eaten into an 8-point lead. It's back within 1 at 16-15. And it's not really a case of anything having gone wrong. The Foxes have come on here, having put together some very nice attacks, and St. Clair has not used their opportunities to come up with great attacks and great kills. We'll see if that can change here, because the blocking still works. Tom Petrini now with 2 blocks for points. Clay Muka with 2. Jason False also with 1. But it's a case of the St. Clair Panthers just not taking advantage of the classic bump set attack lately, and that has allowed the Foxes to jump right back in the match at 16-15. This is Justin Mraz, number 12, the junior, 5'10 junior, with the serve for the Foxes. Let's see if the Panthers can't get the side out and get control back of this serve. Jump serve, sort of a little hop serve, really, not a jump serve. Dave Andreggi with it set on the 2 ball, goes over, and a lift is called. That surprised him. We haven't seen that in this match at all yet, where you don't use all 3 touches on the side. Dave Andreggi shoved that one over on the 2nd ball, and it results in a point. Jason False with the left-handed serve. Mike Popek comes up with that one, and Tom Petrini just keeping the ball in play. Not much you could do with it. Left side, same thing with the Foxes. Left side, T.J. Highland off the hands of Grant Mitchell de Libero, and that's 3 kills on the night for T.J. Highland, the senior, back. And the Panthers have a little bit of that lead back. It's a 3-point cushion now at 18-15. We're still in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match. Game goes to 25. You have to win it by 2. Jason False, the left-handed serve. Interesting way that came out. Sort of a back row attack, but not really. And the block by Tom Petrini. T.J. Highland with the attempt again, off the wrist this time of Justin Mraz. And T.J. Highland with some well-placed sets and 4 tremendous kills with power tonight for TJ. Jason False continues with the serve, just gets barely over the net. From the left side, good try by Mike Popek. Pancaked by Dave Andreggi to keep the ball alive, but didn't get it high enough to get the ball back in play. Seth Kadich with that kill for the Foxes. And here's Eric Garrison again with a jump serve from way back behind the back row, and it lands in. Mike Popek just looked at it. There it is again. That's got that wicked top spin on it, and where you'd think it had enough power to be sailing out of bounds, that top spin just dragged it right down on the St. Clair side. One more for Eric Garrison. That one does go long. Good eye by Mike Popek that time. And the Panthers are in fairly decent shape here. A 3-point lead as you get into 5-point territories. 2017. Panthers with the lead. Tom Petrini with a jump serve of his own. The first one he tried went short. This one went long, and on the average, he hit it perfect. Well, it's a 2-point lead now for the Panthers. Juan Manfredi with the serve for the Foxes. Another jump server. Dives as it gets over the net, handled by Zach Weber. And now T.J. Highland from the left side into the Fox Chapel block. And out of bounds, T.J. 5 kills on the night. Dave Andreggi, the senior, with the serve and a 3-point lead at 21-18. Just lofted over, gets the ball in play, comes right to the net, short set off at the St. Clair block, Oh, nobody there. Set by Dave Andreghi. And one of these, I got it, thought you had it, kind of a routines, and it just falls in no man's land. Point for the Foxes. They didn't really earn that one, but it is what it is. Panthers still with a 2-point lead. Approaching game territory here. Yet another jump serve. Dives over the net. Lift called by TJ Highland. I wouldn't want to be out there trying to return these jump serves. That top spin, you got to get way down, practically sit on the floor. Zach Weber keeps the ball in play. Jason Falls, and Dave Andreghi just gets the ball over the net. Left side set. Not much on it there. New player for the Panthers, TJ Highland. Off the set by Austin Everett, who we haven't seen in some time here. And TJ 6 kills and a nifty good time for that. 2-point Panther lead at 22-20 as we enter dangerous territory here for the overpass, and oh, too bad that time. Clay Muka had a tremendous look at it, but he must have hit the net on the way to slapping that ball down on the Fox Chapel side, and they're back within one. 22-21 Panthers. Jason Falls to Dave Andreghi. Back to Jason Falls, and down off two Fox Chapel hands. Jason Falls, 2 kills on the night. Again, a 2-point Panther lead, 23-21, looking for 25. Into the block, rescued nicely. Tom Petrini with that block, and Fox Chapel dug that one out. Left side, Jason Falls dug out again. And that time, Tom Petrini wins the contest at the net with Eric Garrison. Tom Petrini. What happened? Well, it looked good from where I was standing. The bad news is Tom Petrini was in the net, and that point belongs to Fox Chapel. Easy serve by Kevin Hutchings for the Foxes. Tom Petrini was just going to dump that one over the net, and it came up short. He had a really good eye on it. Now this match is all knotted up at 23. So what happens now is you have to win these matches by 2. First one to 25 by 2. If it gets to 24, we play into overtime. We'll see how that plays out here. Back set to Austin Everett. Austin Everett with his first kill of the night. And the Panthers sort of have an advantage. Now they have the advantage in points, but it's not necessarily an advantage when you're serving for the game, because the team that gets the ball first, that is the team served 2, gets the first chance for the classic bump set attack that brings the point back. Let's see what the Panthers defense has in store. Off the tip, Zach Weber keeps the ball in play from the back row. Zach again. Can it be rescued? Oh, they did rescue it. Got over miraculous. We thought that one was over. Dave Andreghi keeping the ball in play. The Foxes get another chance from the left side. One man, Freddie, off the St. Clair block, and it just barely finds its way in the back left corner. So now the score's 24-all. Now we keep playing until somebody wins this game by 2. Timeout called by Jack Zebo. That's one of those unfortunate plays that we thought the Panthers had that one locked up. Another foot toward me and where I'm sitting, and this first game is over. Now the bad news is it's 24-24. It's all tied up, and the first one to lead this thing by 2 wins game number 1. TJ Highland looks like the go-to guy. He's got 6 kills on the night already. That's pretty good for one game of a match. Jason Falls with 2. Austin Everett with 2. Mike Popek with 2 in the blocks department. That's where the Panthers really shine in the early part of this first game. Tom Petrini, 3 blocks for points. Clay Muka, 2. Jason Falls with 1. Fox Chapel has the ball. Once again, it counts. It's actually a bonus to be able to be the receiver of the serve in a situation like this, because the Panthers will have first crack at a bump set attack for a point. Puts the defense on watch as a serving team. Sort of a hop serve. Dave Andreghi left side to Jason Falls, dug out of there. Dave Andreggi on the 2-ball, works just fine. Dave Andreggi with that second. He didn't use all 3 touches. It was a classic bump set, and that's all there was that time. Dave Andreggi with a point, and Jason False with the serve. Thought that one was headed out of bounds, but the Foxes keep hold of it. They do just what the Panthers were doing. Tom Petrini from the back row. Nicely done by Zach Weber off the Seth Kadich attack. Dave Andreggi keeping that ball in play. Same again, a Kadich attack. Jason False comes up with a Dave Andreggi. TJ Hyland, and that's that. TJ Hyland with his 7th kill of the night. And the Panthers win the first game in overtime, 26-24. We'll take a quick break. It'll be 3 minutes for us, a couple of milliseconds for you. Stay right with us. We'll be right back. We're back, ready for game number 2. It's a best-of-5 match between the Foxes of Fox Chapel and the homestanding Upper St. Clair Panthers boys volleyball night. Panthers took the first game, 26-24 in overtime. Foxes get first serve from the back row. Off the hands of Mike Popek and out of bounds. Sorry, St. Clair had the first serve. It's tough to know with both these teams wearing red shirts. And the Foxes draw first blood in game number 2. It's 1-0. They've got the serve, and this will be the junior Kevin Hutchings, who did some damage to us with his serve in the first match. Just eases that ball over the net. TJ Hyland into the Fox Chapel block, and it finds its way to the right side. All the players are piled up on the left side. Nobody standing where that one fell down, and the Foxes have an early 2-0 lead in game number 2.
Let's go St. Clair.
Dave Andreggi coming back to TJ Hyland, finds his way over the block and down. 8 kills tonight for TJ Hyland, and that sends the side out and serve back to the Panthers. Austin Everett back on the floor. Mike Popek goes out, and Dave Andreggi, the senior, with the serve. Just gets it barely over the net, fools the Foxes, but they do keep the ball in play. Dave Andreggi with that back set to Austin Everett into the Fox Chapel block. Somebody not into the block, into the net rather. Results in a 4-hit violation. That sends the ball inside out back to the Foxes, leading 3-1 in game number 2. Jump serve, not much on it. Dave Andreggi back set. TJ Hyland dumps the ball over the net, didn't fool the Fox Chapel. Off the tip. And TJ Hyland keeps it alive.
Down in front, please.
Zach Weber. Dave Andreggi keeping the ball in play. Fox Chapel with that attack. That's Eric Garrison again. Had a pretty good first game of the match. 4-1 now, Fox Chapel. It's game number 2. Still real early, still plenty of time. Dave Andreggi to Austin Everett, dug out of there by Grant Mitchell, who's made a career of that tonight from the back row. Number 12, Justin Moroz, the junior, had a shot at that. Smacked it right into the net. Side out and point to the Panthers. TJ Hyland, the senior, with the serve. Well, that not a block, but a 4-hit violation that time for the Foxes. Point for the Panthers. TJ Hyland continues with the serve, and a 1-point deficit. Foxes lead 4-3. Right side, Dave Andreggi comes up with that one somehow. Jason False with the attack, the slicing attack, sails wide out of bounds. He had the right idea. Just gravity didn't take hold of that one. It sailed wide, and side out point to the Foxes. Jump serve, tall Eric Garrison again, be played off the net. Those are legal tender from the back row. TJ Hyland. And the left side, Jason False into the Fox Chapel block. TJ back to Jason False. One more try and lofts it over. Dug out of there with a pancake move by Seth Kadich of the Foxes. Jason False again into the block this time and back on the St. Clair side. Point Fox Chapel, 3-point lead, 6-3. Handled by Zach Weber very nicely. Back set Austin Everett into the Fox Chapel block. They dig it out of there. I gave that one up for loss as well. Fox Chapel doing a great job of digging these balls out, keeping them in play. Austin Everett again, and then once there, the lift called. Austin Everett finally gets the payoff. Fox Chapel having a great night at digging these balls off the floor and keeping it in play. St. Clair trying everything they can to find an open space. Zach Weber, the libero, with the serve overpass.
What is that hand signal? What do you do? What's that hand signal?
Point to the Panthers that time. Zach Weber continuing with the serve. Right side, Fox Chapel in or out, lands in. Tough to see from here, but the line judge called it in. Juan Manfredi, the 6-foot junior, with the successful attack. 2-point Fox Chapel lead at 7-5. One more jump server, and they're at handcuff TJ Highland. TJ and Jason Falls were standing right next to each other. I'm sure they were deciding which one was going to take it, and it ended up falling off TJ's wrist and onto the floor. One more jump serve on the way, I would guess. An 8-5 Fox Chapel lead. TJ gets it that time, right to the front row, right where you want it. And Austin Everett off the Fox. Austin Everett into the block, but he apparently hit the antenna on the way by. The antenna is out of bounds, and that point belongs to Fox Chapel. 9-5, 4-point lead, and that jump serve sails about 8 feet long. Substitutions now. Austin Everett comes out. Mike Popek comes in and goes right to the serving chores. Panthers trailing by 3. It's a 9-6 Fox Chapel lead. Back set right side, falls in. Seth Kadich off the really nifty back set. It was only about 6 inches in, but it was in. And Fox Chapel gets that 4-point lead back at 10-6. Jump serve handled by TJ Highland right to the front row. Short set to Tom Petrini did not fool the Foxes. Fairly decent set by Dave Andreggi, but Jason Falls was standing a couple of steps too far back. Couldn't quite get to the net in time, and it's a 5-point Panther lead at 11-6. Overpass. That's what happens with the overpass. When you get those hard serves, they can be tough to control to get to your front line. That time it went right to the net off DJ Highland's wrist, and Fox Chapel knew exactly what to do with it. Put that one down on the floor, and they've got themselves their largest lead of the night at 12-6. Seth Kadich with it serve, and it went way long and wide. Side out point back to the Panthers. Now let's see what St. Clair can do with this. They're back within 5. It's 12-7. No real danger yet, but they cannot let this game be getting away from them at this stage. Left side into the net. Looks like that was number 12, Justin Mraz, with that attack attempt. Comes up short. Works out for the Panthers. They're back within 4 at 12-8. Jason False with that serve. Short set off the Tom Petrini tip and falls, and that's Kyle Richless, senior for Fox Chapel. Back to a 5-point lead and control with the serve. 13-8 Foxes. Short serve that time. Sometimes that fools a team. They're expecting something much longer with power. Speaking of power, there's Tom Petrini finally with his second kill of the night. Usually we see more than that out of Tom. He's had sort of a quiet night, but not that time, as he probably put a pretty healthy dent in the polyurethane on the Fox Chapel side. Panthers within 4 again at 13-9. Trading points is not going to help. Yeah, once again Tom tries that jump serve. They're not working for him tonight. He's had him short, had him long, but that one sends the ball right back to the Foxes and their 5-point lead at 14-9. TJ Highland tried to fool him. It didn't exactly, from way in the back row. Dave Andreghi with a 2-ball again. That's worked, what, 3 times tonight for Dave. Timely, sneaky passes finding their way over the net when everybody's expecting a set and a power drive. Dave Andreghi has so far 3 times found that the donut hole where nobody was standing. He gets the serve. Short serve. And that results in an ace. That came up just in front of Grant Mitchell, the 5'6" junior libero, and Dave Andreghi with his 2nd ace of the night. Both on serves just like that. Short set, not much to work on for the Foxes. Back set now. Austin Everett into the Fox Chapel block. St. Clair gets another shot at it. TJ Highland, that edges it right over the net. Didn't fool Fox Chapel. They're really great at getting these balls tonight. Austin Everett also on the soft dump, did not work. That one that's out. That had to be called out, sure enough. Good look, good attack attempt for the Foxes, but it sailed about a foot long. Over the back line, out of bounds. Back to St. Clair. St. Clair is back within 2 at 14-12 after being down by as many as 6 not too long ago. Set off the block and out of bounds. It's got to land inbounds if it counts. Justin Mraz with that attack, with that successful kill off the St. Clair block. Side out and point to the Foxes. 15-12, Fox Chapel. Austin Everett had a good eye, good look at it, but that sailed way long. It's kind of hoping it went off somebody's fingertips. It did not. 4-point lead for the Foxes. Back set, TJ Highland into the Fox Chapel block. One more for TJ, 9 as he piles up the kills. On a night like this, he's got the serve, and the Panthers could use a couple of points right now to knot this matchup and take some control. Short set off the St. Clair block. Well done. The defense has been sterling tonight, but not that time. Fell into the block, rattled off Kalei Muka's nose and back onto the floor. 4-point lead Foxes, 17-13. Eric Garrison, the 6'5" senior, with that jump serve. Timing was off. He missed that one. Rolled off his wrist into the net. Sends a serve and point over to the Panthers now, and still needing to creep back. A 3-point deficit at 17-14. From the back line, Austin Everett with another great look at it, but it sailed about 2 feet long. Great opportunity missed for the Panthers, and then lead is back to 14, and suddenly we're trading points, and that's not going to get the Panthers back in this. Juan Manfredi with the serve. TJ Highland digs it out of there. Tom Petrini. Lift call. That's a nice gift for the Panthers. Tom Petrini. 3 kills on the night. Fox Chapel's doing a tremendous job getting down on the floor after these balls. It's been very tough for the Panthers to find empty spots. Scott Perry, the first time we've seen Scott tonight, handling the serving for the Panthers. That little ooze ball did not work. Panthers came up with a Fox Chapel again. Actually, that was nicely dug out by Justin Mraz. Could have easily come right back to the Panthers, but it works. Falls on the floor on the Fox Chapel side. The Panthers are back within 2 at 18-16. One more gets the Panthers in pretty good position now. Scott Perry, the junior, continues with that serve. From the back row, just shoved over. Oh, another one of those. Got it. You got it. Between Jason False and TJ Highland, somebody should have had that one. And that would have been a big help. It's a 3-point Fox Chapel lead, 19-16. Seth Kadich with his jump serve, handled by Zach Weber. Actually overpass back to the Fox Chapel side. Who was in the net? One of the St. Clair players. Sorry, I was screened. I didn't see who was in the net, but one of us was, and that's a very untimely point to be given the Fox Chapel Foxes. 2016 4-point lead, and Coach Zebo calls a quick timeout. The goal here is to make sure this game doesn't get away. They're still within reach here. The Panthers put together a couple little runs of points, three here, 3 there, and they're right back in this. TJ Highland still leading all attackers with 9 tremendous kills on the night. Tom Petrini in there with 3. Dave Andreghi with 3 on those 2 balls that he finds locations for on the other side. Mike Popek 2 kills. Austin Everett with 2, and Jason False with 2. It's the Panthers still sort of regret not having Pat Tye in the lineup. That sophomore has really been an attack monster for the Panthers so far this year. We hope that ankle injury gets cleared up. The Panthers have another match Monday night right here at Upper St. Clair High School, and we hope he's back in shape for it. Right now, that's the Fox Chapel Foxes we have to worry about in the form of Seth Kadich and his jump serve. The Panthers need points, and they need them right now, trailing by 4, 2016. Into the well, there's one of them. That's a gift from Seth Kadich. The Panthers within 3. Jason False with a serve. See what the defense can come up with now, because the Panthers have to get this bump set back from the back row. Sails wide, long that wrong rather. Justin Ross sailed it about 2 feet long, and suddenly the Panthers are back within 2 at 2018. Substitution, first time we've seen freshman number 10 Eli Roth with the curly-headed mop for Fox Chapel. Jason False with that left-handed serve. Some sort of violation called here. We'll get maybe get a reading here in just a minute, but it results in a timeout for Fox Chapel. I don't quite understand what was going on there, but such as it is, the Panthers have come back with 2 quick points at a very good juncture of the match here at 2018 to bring themselves back within spitting distance as this match reaches critical mass. You don't want to let the other team get to 25, and that's just what is in danger of happening here. I'm just wondering if that was a substitution situation where Eli Roth had not been in the match before, suddenly subbed for the libero. Well, we'll find out. We'll see if he's still in the match at this point. He is not. He's back on the bench. Eric Garrison back on the floor, number 17. Well, they're switching it again. Garrison comes on the floor and then substitutes, and that puts Eli Roth, number 10, back on the side for the Foxes. Jason False, though, continuing with the serve, and a 2-point deficit. Panthers down 2018. Eli Roth serves it right to him. Right to the freshman. Falls off his neck and out of bounds, and the Panthers are suddenly back within 1 with that ace from Jason False. The left side with power and way up high is Justin Ross for Fox Chapel. They get the serve and the 2-point lead. It's 21-19. The Panthers put together 3 nice points in a row just then. This would be a good time to do the exact same thing. The libero, Grant Mitchell Jr. with the serve. Dave Andreghi, left side, TJ Highland into the block. Comes right back to the St. Clair side. Didn't work that time. Set right where TJ liked it, but he hit it right into the block. The block came right back to St. Clair, and the Foxes are now in control again. A 3-point lead at 22-19. The game is 25, and you have to win it by 2. Zach Weber, Dave Andreghi, TJ Highland just edging the ball over. Did not find the floor. From the back row, there's a Tom Petrini block. Set left side to the Fox Chapel Foxes off the hands of Zach Weber and out of bounds, and it's a 4-point Fox Chapel lead at 23-19. Good effort by Zach, but there was way too much power on it, and it's sailed long. Zach Weber to Dave Andreghi. Does it come back? Yes, it does come back. Same again, Andreggi to TJ Highland. Dug out of there by the Foxes again. They've been doing a great job at that all night. And there it is with the left hand. First time we've seen him tonight. That's Quinn Donahoe, a 6-foot junior, with power off of St. Clair hand and out of bounds. And now suddenly the Fox Chapel Foxes have 6 game points in hand at 24-19. Tom Petrini off the block, dug out again by Fox Chapel. And into the net. Gift for the Panthers. There's still life. Justin Moroz with that one, but the Panthers need a run of 4 points right now to come back into this thing. Tom Petrini, the senior, with the serve. And that finishes off game number 2. Panthers made a nice little run toward the end to bring it close, but they did not make it. Fox Chapel comes away with game number 2, making this a 1-1 contest. It's 25-20. We'll be right back as soon as the teams reorganize for game number 3. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us, everybody. I'm Kevin McGahey. My cameraman is Trevor McGahey, and we are set for game number 3 of this best-of-5 match on Friday, April 20th. The Fox Chapel Foxes with the opening serve of game number 3, and Tom Petrini with the opening smash of game number 3. That attack, that kill, is number 4 for Tom Petrini on the night. Panthers draw first blood in game number 3. It's 1-0 after the Foxes won game number 2 25-20, and Panthers won the first game of this match 26-24. It's all knotted up at 1-1, and you got to win 3 to win the match. Kind of an interesting attack that time. Successful by Eric Garrison, the 6'5 senior for Fox Chapel. Without much power, found its way between the St. Clair blockers, and it's not tied up 1-1. Kevin Hutchings, that 2-ball lift call. Yeah, the 2-ball by Dave Andreggi surprised Eric Garrison, and he sort of carried it over his head and threw it down on the floor. That's called a lift. Point to the Panthers. Back set way outside. Dave Andreggi, the short set to Tom Petrini. Did not fool Grant Mitchell, but that one fooled Jason False and Juan Manfredi. With that kill, knots up game number 3 at 2-2. The overpass. Zach Weber got that one a little too close to the net. The overpass gave the Foxes the chance to get a hand on the ball, and Dave Andreggi could not dig it out of the net. Dug that one out of the net, though. TJ Highland into the Fox Chapel block. TJ, 10 kills on the night. 3-3. Tom Petrini, the senior, with the St. Clair serve. And that's where the offense, where the server does not have the advantage. You see what they did there. The classic bump set attack resulted in a kill for Fox Chapel. That the first team to handle the ball generally has the advantage. Eric Garrison, the tall hitter for Fox Chapel and jump server. Jason False finds that one. Dave Andreggi, now it's got to go over, and it does. TJ Highland kept that one in play. That one heads right to the net, out of bounds. Kind of a disorganized point, but it works out in St. Clair's favor. 4-4. Game number 3. Game goes to 25, and you have to win them by 2. Dave Andreggi, the senior, with the St. Clair serve. Back set to the right side, into the block. Clay Muka with that block. Fox Chapel has it over. Couldn't do much with it that time. Jason False to Dave Andreggi. Back set to Austin Everett. Can they get it over? They do indeed. Try it again. Back set. Austin Everett, same play. Austin didn't have the same position that time. Hit it into the Fox Chapel block. Results in a point for the Foxes. 5-4 lead. Game number 3. Juan Manfredi with the serve. Left side, Austin Everett. Dug out by the Foxes. We've seen that all night long. They do not let balls fall. You got to earn them. TJ Highland. Keeping it in play. Austin Everett off the Fox Chapel block. Successful point for the Foxes again. Just a 2-point lead at 6-4. Jump serve falls into the net. Like we've been talking about all night, once you're up in the air, those jump serves are tough to control. They're powerful when they land in, but they are tough to control. TJ Highland with that serve. Dug out. Dave Andreggi couldn't quite get to it. Dug out of there by Austin Everett, but it came a little bit wide. Dave Andreggi, you still like to see the guys going after those balls, but Dave just didn't have enough. 2 more steps and he'd have had the thing. 7-5, Fox Chapel lead. Zach Weber. That was Austin Everett off the Fox Chapel block. Zach Weber, somebody in the net. One more for Fox Chapel, and that effort for the defense. You cannot touch that net. Seth Kadich with that jump serve also into the net. Panthers will take those gifts every time. Trailing by 2. 8-6 Fox Chapel lead. Game number 3 of this best-of-5 match. Zach Weber doing the serving. From the back row, Sales called in. Not too sure about that one, but what do I know? I'm sitting 17 rows back in the grandstands. Point for the Foxes and a 3-point lead at 9-6. Grant Mitchell with the serve for Fox Chapel. Just edges it over. From the back row, TJ Highland sails it to about 2 feet long. Nicely set that time. I thought TJ was in great position for that, but that suddenly gives the Foxes a 4-point lead at 10-6. Unbelievable how Fox Chapel is getting to these balls that normally you see fall on the ground. Tom Petrini finally with a breakthrough point. But Fox Chapel has had a great night at keeping these balls in play. St. Clair's just plain having trouble finding open spots for the kill. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened here myself. Coach Zebo making a case about something. It looks like Dave Andreggi was called for being in the net before the ball may have actually been served. Well, I'm sorry about that. It's a little tough for me to puzzle out as they don't send clues up to me 17 rows up in the stands, but it stands a point for Fox Chapel. And finally, Tom Petrini gets a chance to find some open space on the Fox's side of the floor, and the Panthers are back within 3 at 11-8. Jason Falls, the left-hander, will do the serving chores for the Panthers. Just barely clears the net. From the back row, Seth Kadich with that one. Also from the back row for the Panthers, Scott Perry in the game. Oh my goodness, going back and forth right now. From the left side, Zach Weber comes up with that one. Scott Perry, a double hit called on Zach Perry. Thought he had control of it, apparently not. That sends a side out and pointing back to the Foxes in a 4-point lead at 12-8. TJ Highland off a block, rescued again by the Foxes, and miraculously they're getting these balls back over. Dave Andreggi. Jason Fall shoving the ball over the net. Short set. Net call again. Panthers playing tough defense, but getting a little too close to the net. That sends up another point back to the Foxes, trailing now by 5, 13-8 in game number 3. Back set Tom Petrini wasn't quite ready for it. Now let's see what happened. Finally, one of the Foxes in the net. That sends a side out end point to the Panthers. A badly needed point right there at 13-9. Trailing by 4. Tom Petrini with the serve. Short set to Eric Garrison, the 6'5" senior. That found a spot in the back right with power, and he still goes right to the serve. He's got this tremendous jump serve coming up. Nope, actually he'll be subbed out for the freshman Eli Roth, who will do the serving. 5-point Fox Chapel lead, 14-9. DJ Highland off the Fox Chapel block, kept in play yet again. Back set to the Foxes. Zach Weber digging that one out of Zach Weber. I'll give him a kill on that one, having come up with that ball and put it right in the spot where Fox Chapel just sort of stood there looking at it drop. It counts. We'll take it. Panthers trail by 4, 14-10. Short set, and Jason False keeping it off the floor. Dave Andreggi keeping the ball in play. And from the back row, Foxes can't do much with it. Zach Weber now a classic set. And TJ Haller was trying to punch it into place across the Fox Chapel net. Did not work that time, and the Panthers trail by 5 again, 15-10. Juan Manfredi with the serve for Fox Chapel. Jump serve, lands in. Jason False controls it. Right side TJ Highland into the Fox Chapel block. He was a little bit too far back from the net to get real power on it. And Coach Jack Zebo does not like what he sees and calls a timeout. It's really remarkable that what's going on here is Fox Chapel is able to dig these balls from anywhere on the court, making it very difficult for St. Clair to find any place to put a successful kill down. They're just doing a great job at it. TJ Highland still leads all attackers with 10. Tom Petrini coming alive has 6 kills tonight. Jason False, Austin Everett, Mike Popek, and Dave Andreggi all hanging in there with 2. Tom Petrini with 3 blocks, and that's really what's lacked here in the last 2 games. Is in the first game St. Clair had 6 blocks for points. I don't think they've had one since. That means Fox Chapel is finding the right sets and getting it through the blocks or over the blocks. Opportunities being lost by the Panthers. They're not out of this thing by any stretch of the imagination, but 16-10 and playing the way Fox Chapel is, it's kind of hard to understand why they've only got a 3-3 overall record with this kind of a performance. Well, let's see what happens now. Let's see if the Panthers can turn it around in a big hurry and put together 3 or 4 points. That would spruce things up quite a bit. Jump serve goes long. Not very much long, but a foot long. Side out end point to the Panthers. Back within 5, 16-11. The Fox Chapel Foxes in the lead. Right side. Well, the Panthers will set up for the block that time, but it fell on our side again instead of theirs. 6-point lead for the Foxes, 17-11. Seth Kadich, senior with the serve and a jump serve. Zach Weber digs it out and it goes right home. Second time Zach's done that in the last few minutes on a jump serve, is taking the trouble to dig it off the floor, and it results in a point. See what Zach can service, see if he can service one now. Long on the attempt, the left-handed attack attempt. No tip. Point for the Panthers. Down 4, 13-17. Zach Weber once again with the serve. Just almost gets it over the net. If that net's 8 feet off the ground, the top of the net's 8 feet off the ground, that one came in at about 7 foot 10 and a half. But it does give the point right back to the Foxes, and it's an 18-13 Fox Chapel lead with Grant Mitchell doing the serve. Back set. 4 hits off the net, not off the block. Austin Everett tried to give us a slicing attack. Rolls off the net instead, and the Foxes are back leading by 6. Tom Petrini once again from the left side off the Dave Andreggi set. Panthers trail by 5 and could use some points right now in a hurry. First time we'll see number 10. That's the freshman Troy Murphy on the floor. I'm kind of curious why we haven't seen him until game number 3 here tonight. And Scott Perry, number 16, with the serve right now. TJ Highland was in good position for that, but that came at him with such power. I wouldn't want to have to be sitting there trying to return that thing either. And now we've entered some dangerous territory with Fox Chapel having edged their way to a 20-14 lead, leading by 6 with 5 to go. From the back row, but Zach Weber digging that one out. Well, at times right now, like the Panthers need points. They seem to be too scarce, not easy to get a hold of here. Kevin Hutchings with the serve for Fox Chapel. Jason Falls finally off the block by Juan Manfredi, and Jason Falls with his first kill in quite some time. His 3rd of the night, and it's a 6-point deficit, 21-15 Fox Chapel. Short set and into the Tom Petrini block. Scott Perry comes up with it, gets out of the way for Dave Andreggi, and Scott Perry puts it right back over, keeping the ball in play. TJ Hyla looking for space. Somebody was in the net. Who was it? One of the Fox Chapel players. Looks like he hit the post, touched the net post. That's a violation. Point to the Panthers, down by 5 at 21-16. Jason False once again with a serve. Short set and off the St. Clair tip and out of bounds. Point to the Foxes. Justin Ross, the junior, with the serve for Fox Chapel. Short gift for the Panthers at a timely juncture here, but trading points is not going to do it. The Panthers need a run right now. That's not going to quite do it either. Tom Petrini, but he wishes he had that one back. Should have taken his time and set that serve up a little more. That sends the side out and point over to the Foxes. And Eric Garrison, the 6'5 senior, with the jump serve. TJ Hyland, finally, first time we've seen him in a while with power. Panthers trail by 5, 23-18. Into the Boston Everett block, but out of bounds. It's got to land in if that one's going to count for the Panthers. And now it's 6 game points for the Fox Chapel Foxes. Juan Manfredi doing the serving. Oh, wow, Zach Weber somehow came up with that. And TJ Hyland back-to-back kills. Keeps the Panthers alive, needing 5 points right back-to-back now. And TJ Hyland with that serve. Now a chance for the Panthers. There's the set to the left side. Jason False. Well, it landed in, and a Fox Chapel player in the net. Keeps the Panthers alive at 24-20. Still needing 4 points in a row to send this one into overtime. No mistakes by the Panthers. Can't afford that now. From the right side, there's a mistake by the Fox Chapel Foxes. Well, that's 3 of them. Panthers still need 3 points to keep this one in range. And Fox Chapel, Coach O'Keefe takes a timeout. TJ Highland we finally see back in the play with 2 great kills back-to-back, 12 on the night for him. Jason False showed up in his 4th. The kill keeps us in this match. Tom Petrini with 7. But those blocks for points still have not come through. It's like Fox Chapel figured out how to get that ball over into the block and down on the St. Clair side. Beats me how they did it. But we're in a spot now where TJ Highland, if he could serve an ace right now, that seems to be exactly what the doctor would order. On the floor, Austin Everett, number 17's on the floor. Clay Muka, number 11. Jason False anchoring the front line. Dave Andreghi doing the setting tonight. I don't see Zach Cavo on the bench. He's usually the setter for the Panthers. Don't quite know what his situation is. But Dave's been doing a great job tonight. Let's see if the Panthers can come up with 3 more. That helps when the Fox Chapel cannot use the sets they're given. And Jason False with a pretty good set sails that one long way out of bounds. And Fox Chapel comes away with game number 3 of this best-of-5 match to take a 2-1 lead. We'll take another quick break and be right back for game number 4. Stay right with us. We are back for game number 4 of this best-of-5 match. These games we're glad you've stayed with us. These games have gone on quite a while. It's kind of unusual to have every game of a match go into the 20s for both teams. And right now, Fox Chapel has a commanding 2-0 lead, and they get the opening salvo off the hand of Eric Garrison. Fox Chapel opens with the first point of game number 4. This is a best-of-5 match. Fox Chapel leads 2-1 right now. They win this game, it's all over. If St. Clair should come back, we certainly hope they do, it'll go to a 5th game of 15 points. Jason False, and once again, Fox Chapel digging out these balls. It's amazing what they've been able to come up with all night long. And Jason False with the attack attempt falls into the net. A gift for the Foxes and a 2-0 early lead in game number 4. Dave Andreghi back set off the yep, sure enough kept in play and off the tip. An unusual back row attack, a slicing attack off a St. Clair hand and out of bounds, and Fox Chapel's got the first 3 points of game number 4. Dave Andreghi to Tom Petrini. There we go, off the Fox Chapel block. And Tom Petrini, 8 kills on the night for Tom. Substitution, Austin Everett, number 17, goes out. Scott Perry, the junior, comes on. And Scott Perry goes right to the serve. And just gets it over. Fox Chapel from the left side off the net. Not off the block, but off the net. 2-ball did not fool the Foxes that time. TJ Highland sails it wide. Point for the Foxes in a 4-1 lead early game number 4 of this best-of-5 match. Hop serve. Tom Petrini with a short set. Tom Petrini gets one more down off that Dave Andreghi set.
Where's that table? Do you know? Yeah.
Jason False, left-handed serve, right to the net. Oh, sort of an interesting set. I think Eric Garrison thought that one was going over on the 2-ball. It wasn't. And he held back, did not take the attack attempt. And, well, Jason False came up a little short on that serve, sends it back to the Panthers and Eric Garrison. The Foxes with a 5-3 lead. Big jump serve handled by Jason False. Foxes couldn't use it that time, but Tom Petrini could, but still right into the Fox Chapel block. Tom again lands inside, just inside that back corner. Point for the Panthers. Trailing by one, 5-4 here in game number 4. To the net, to the left side, and with power way up high. That's the senior Seth Kadich. Side out, point to the Foxes. And a 2-point lead at 6-4. Jump serve. Zach Weber digs that one out. Dave Andreggi on the 2-ball sends it over. 1, 2, 3. And over on the 4th. Sort of a miracle. Fox Chapel's been doing this all night. I don't know how they've been keeping this ball in play, but they did again. And that one falls right in the St. Clair side where nobody was standing. And it's a 3-point Fox Chapel lead. TJ Highland into, well, not into the block, actually into the net. And TJ came up a little bit short. Foxes lead by 4, 8-4. Sails wide. Dave Andreggi had the set. He's clearing the sights of Clay Muka, but he hit it a little wide into the Fox Chapel bench, 3 or 4 feet wide. The serve continues with Fox Chapel. That's Juan Manfredi with that jump serve. The left-hander Quinn Donahoe, the 6-foot junior, with that successful kill off the St. Clair block and out of bounds. And Coach Jack Zebo taking a timeout to see about getting his troops some way to get some points here. As the winner, the Fox Chapel should win this game, number 4. This match is over. And right now, the Panthers just seem not to be clicking with the bump set attack. But I got to hand it to Fox Chapel. They have still continued digging these balls out from everywhere, all over the court, making it extremely tough for St. Clair to find any open space at all to get themselves a point. They've been doing a remarkable job. On the other hand, the St. Clair Panthers have been doing a tremendous job handling these devastating jump serves that the Fox Chapel team has brought to this gym tonight. Zach Weber has done a magnificent job keeping him in play. Let's just see if the Panthers can generate some offense here with a few successful kills. The first thing to do is first order of business to get this side out and control of this serve back. 10-4, 6-point Fox Chapel lead. From the back row, Jason Falls keeping that ball in play. Again digging that one out. Dave Andreggi on the 2-ball sends it over. Doesn't fool the Foxes. Off the block, hand dug out of there by Scott Perry. From the back row attack. Wins another one for the Foxes. Justin Ross, the 5'10" junior, from that back row. Dug out by Scott Perry. TJ Highland into the Fox Chapel block. And finally, St. Clair breaks the string of 6 straight Fox Chapel points with a TJ Highland kill. That's 13 on the night for TJ. Panthers trail by 6, 11-5, and Dave Andreggi with the serve. Dug out of there nicely by Jason Falls. Left side attack by Quinn Donahoe, the left-handed junior, falls safely into the net. Panthers 2 points in a row now, back to back, and back within 5 at 11-6. And Dave Andreggi comes up short by about 4 inches with that serve. Sends the ball right back to the Foxes, and a 6-point Fox Chapel lead. Well, Jason Falls, I'll give him credit for that. It's about the 3rd time that's happened tonight where a successful recovery off a jump serve sends the ball right back to the Fox Chapel side. The Red Sea parts, the ball drops, and it's point for the Panthers. Short set. There's the block. First we've seen in quite some time. Clay Muka with that great block for a point, his third of the night, but the first one since game number 1 of this match. Panthers are back within 4 at 12-8. From the back row, sails way long. Zach Weber had the right idea to squinch his arms and not go after that one. Point to the Panthers, back within 3. TJ Highland with the serve. Lift called, yep, number 27. That's Quindano again, now from the right side. Into the St. Clair block and on the floor, side out and point back to Fox Chapel. Grant Mitchell wearing the libero jersey with the serve. Jason False off the Fox Chapel block. They're keeping the ball in play as they've done all night long. Well, a good attempt by Clay Muka to get that block, but it falls on the St. Clair side. And again, the Foxes have a 5-point lead. Jason False with his 6th kill of the night off the hands of Seth Kadich and out of bounds. Panthers hanging in there, trailing by 4. Zach Weber, number 15, with the serve. Well, that kind of worked out. It was an interesting set, but the timing was way off. Falls on the Fox Chapel side. Point for the Panthers, and they're back within 3. 14-11. Yeah, I think everybody thought that set was going to Eric Garrison playing in the middle. It ended up coming to the right side to Quinn Donahoe, who found an empty spot on the St. Clair side with that kill. 4-point Fox Chapel lead at 15-11. Jason Falls just keeping that ball in play. Nothing much for the Fox Chapel Foxes to do, but here Jason Falls from the left side. Dug out of there by Grant Mitchell. From the back row again, Seth Kadich. There's Eric Garrison off the Tom Petrini block. Score that one for the Foxes in a 5-point, back to a 5-point lead after the Panthers battled back here a little minute ago. 16-11, Fox Chapel. Tom Petrini off the Fox Chapel block and kept in play from the back row again. Seth Kadich off of Dave Andreghi, off of Austin Everett, and out of bounds. That back row attack is clicking for the Foxes. 6-point lead, 17-11, and another timeout called by Upper St. Clair's Jack Zebo. Panthers trail by 6. We're in game number 4 of this best-of-5 match. Though if Fox Chapel comes away with this one, they win the match. St. Clair needs some points and needs some points in a hurry to stay alive. Tom Petrini has come alive in the kill department with 10. TJ Highland hanging in there with 13. Jason False with 6. In each one of these matches, they've been close all the way. Both teams have stretched their scores into the 20s in all 3 previous games, and that may be where this one ends up, just where this one ends up as well. There just seems to be nothing St. Clair can do to get these balls to fall on the Fox Chapel side. Fox Chapel has done a marvelous job at getting to these balls, keeping them in play, and putting them right back at the Panthers. Number 18 on the serve now, Kevin Hutchings, the junior for Fox Chapel. Same again. They're just going after these balls. The St. Clair Panthers cannot get them down. But Eric Garrison can, and it's a 7-point lead now for Fox Chapel at 18-17. Kevin Hutchings continuing with the serve. Off the tip, Dave Andreghi keeps that one alive. Austin Everett back to the left side for Jason False, right to the net. Oh, brother. Somebody, one of the St. Clair players in the net yet again. That lead stretches to 8 now at 19-8. 1911. Tom Petrini kept alive miraculously by Zach Weber. Another good recovery by Zach Weber. Lift called on the Fox Chapel Foxes. Point to the Panthers, and the back. We hope creeping back. Within 7 at 19-12. Scott Perry, number 16, with the serve for the Panthers. Interesting attack that time. Punched over the net by Kyle Richless, the senior. We haven't seen him since game number 2. And now it's dangerous territory. An 8-point lead for the Foxes, that is, at 20-12. Looks like we might see somebody else who hasn't been in the game yet so far. Number 9 shows in my scorebook as Weston Lee. I can't exactly prove that, but it's the first time we've seen him tonight. And I bet Justin Moroz wishes he'd taken a little more time at that serve. It's a gift for the Panthers. Side out and point. Trailing by 7, 20-13. Jason False with the serve. Getting way up high with Seth Kadich again. 21-13 Fox Chapel. Kyle Richlitz comes in the game, number 6 for the Foxes with the serve. TJ Highland off a block, but gotten again by the Foxes. And finally, one works for the Panthers. There's one Seth Kadich couldn't get to, rolled it off the net on his own side, and the Panthers with a point and back within 7, trailing by 7, 21-14. Kadich again, long this time. 21-15. Can the Panthers run this thing and get back in this game number 4? Let's see what Tom Petrini's got. From the back row. Long, good choice by Tom to rein his arms in and let that one go. 5-point deficit now, 21-16. Seth Kadich again off the hands of TJ Highland this time. 3 points away from victory now for the Fox Chapel Foxes, leading by 6 at 22-16. Substitutions now. Players we've not seen. Let's see, just a second. Or 27. We have seen him, Quinn Donahoe. Yeah, some substitution confusion on the Fox Chapel side. Trying to get some players into the game who have seen no playing time yet tonight anyway. Some confusion as to who's going in for whom. They decide to take the timeout to sort things out so they don't get a substitution violation. Wise move at this stage of the game on their part, I guess. But it certainly would be nice, we thought, while TJ Highland was serving a minute, or while Tom Petrini was serving a minute ago, we could run a few points and get the Panthers back in this. It's looking a little sketchy now. It's not impossible. A couple of good sets, a couple of good kills. And if the Fox Chapel Foxes would let a point or two go and fall on their side of the net, that would be a great bonus for the Panthers. But it looks like they're going to have to fight their way back into this one, trailing by 6 at 22-16. Basically 3 points to go for Fox Chapel to close out this match. Let's see how this substitution thing has worked out for. Yes, indeed, they got him in. This is number 26 who will handle the serve. First time we've seen him tonight, Carl Gaugh, pronounced G-O-U-G-H. Will handle the serve. Let's see, maybe some nervous jitters send that ball into the net. Well, look, improper substitution. Oh, because 9 was still serving. Looks like this Weston Lee was serving left-handed serve and just over. TJ Highland into the Fox Chapel block. From the back row, Zach Weber. Quinn Donahue. And can they get it over? Yes, they do indeed. Nice recovery by number 12, Justin Mraz. And not successful over the back line. And a kind of interesting exchange, but the Panthers did not have it that time. It is 23-16 now. 7-point lead for the Foxes. In very dangerous territory for the Panthers. Well, there's a gift off the left wrist of Weston Lee. 23-17 deficit for the Panthers. 6-point deficit. Dave Andreghi, though, with the serve. Blocked nicely by the Panthers. TJ Highland just oozes the ball over the net. Recovered again by the Foxes. Right over the net, and it drops in. Those kinds of miracles have been happening all night long. There's not much the Panthers can do with a well-placed net hit like that. They're down by 7, and it's match point right now, and basically 7 of them. Seth Kadich with a jump serve. Well, make it 6. Panthers get 1 back. 24-18. TJ Highland with the serve. Edges it over, and that results in an ace. Only the 4th of the night for the Panthers. Kind of a low number for them considering what we've seen in earlier matches here. But they are back within 5 at 24-19. Left side. Panther block and out of bounds, and that will do it. Game, set, and match. The Fox Chapel Foxes come all the way here on a Friday night. Panthers took the first game 26-24. Fox Chapel came back with 25-20, and third game was 25-21, and they polished off the match with a 25-19 victory. We're glad you were with us on Cable 7 tonight. My name's Kevin McGahey. My cameraman has been Trevor McGahey. We'll be back with you Monday night. Thanks for watching tonight on Cable 7, and stay with us all season long. Good night, everybody.